"Get us the owner right now!" she screamed. Her voice cut through the quiet hum of the country club like a blade. Every head turned, forks froze mid-air, wine glasses trembled slightly in nervous hands. Her new husband, sleek, arrogant, manicured, stood beside her, jaw tight, voice booming. "He doesn't belong here. Remove him immediately." I stood a few feet away, calm, holding a half-finished glass of whiskey. They hadn't recognized me at first, not completely. Maybe the tailored suit, the clean shave, the silence threw them off. But now, her eyes, those same eyes that used to soften when she lied, were filled with something else. Confusion first, then dread. The manager appeared, calm, composed, with the subtle politeness of a man who already knew how this would end. "Sir," he said, turning to me, "how would you like to handle their family's membership?" Her face drained of color. Her husband's lips parted, words dying in his throat. And for a moment, just a moment, I almost felt pity. Almost. It started 6 months earlier. A missed call at midnight. A perfume scent that wasn't hers on my jacket, because she'd borrowed it that morning. Then the laughter, soft, muffled, behind a closed bathroom door. I'd told myself it was stress, that the distance, the silence between us was temporary. But lies have a rhythm. Once you learn to hear it, you can't unhear it. She became colder, always scrolling, smiling at nothing. She said her colleague was just helping with projects, that she was working late for us. Then one night, I picked her up early. The parking lot was half empty, the lights buzzing weakly overhead. Her car was there, but she wasn't. A text came through just as I reached for the door handle. "I can't wait to feel you again." My chest tightened. But I didn't confront her, not yet. I took a photo of the screen, forwarded it to myself. Then I smiled, because suddenly everything made sense. For weeks I became an actor in my own life. I smiled when she spoke, I asked about her day. I played the fool she thought I was. At night, I dug. Phone records, hotel bills, deleted messages. Every lie she'd told had a timestamp. Every meeting had coordinates. She was careful, but not careful enough. Her new lover wasn't a stranger. He was my business partner, the man I'd trusted with contracts, finances, and my wife. They thought I'd never see it, that I was too naive, too sentimental. But I'd already started moving pieces long before they kissed. I quietly bought out his shares through shell companies, restructured the ownership papers, rebranded, shifted everything under a new entity, one name on every line, mine. She filed for divorce a week later, said she needed freedom. I gave it to her, along with nothing else. When I signed the papers, she smirked. "You'll regret this, you know," she said softly. Her lover's hand was on her shoulder. "She's with someone who can take care of her now." I looked at him, smiled once. I'm counting on it. They thought I'd fallen, but I was already climbing higher than they could see. Months later, the invitations went out. The newlyweds were joining the exclusive country club. Her dream place, our dream place once. She'd always wanted the prestige, the image, the whispers of envy. When the club's management team reviewed the new ownership file, my name surfaced. They sent me an email that made me laugh quietly in the dark. "Welcome to your new acquisition. The club is now under your full ownership, effective immediately." They'd bought memberships without knowing who held the keys. So I waited. Tonight, I came for a drink, nothing more. A quiet corner, a glass of aged whiskey, and the peace of knowing everything had already shifted. Until she saw me. Until her husband puffed his chest and yelled across the hall, demanding my removal. And the manager turned to me, his voice calm, deferential, mine. "Sir, how would you like to handle their family's membership?" The silence that followed was beautiful, heavy, honest. Her lips trembled. Her husband's posture broke. I looked at them, expressionless. "Terminate it," I said softly. "No anger, just finality. The papers came out within minutes. Her husband sputtered, "You can't do that. We paid." The manager interrupted gently. "You'll receive no refund, sir. The owner's decision is final." She turned to me then, desperate. "Why are you doing this?" For the first time in years, I met her eyes. "You told me once I'd never belong here," I said quietly. "You were right. I own it now." Her face crumpled, just slightly, like something fragile folding under pressure. Her husband muttered curses, grabbed her arm and stormed toward the exit. I watched them go, the echo of their footsteps fading against marble floors I now owned. The same floors she once said I'd never walk on without her. Funny how things turn. I finished my drink slowly. The night outside was still. The reflection in the glass showed a man I barely recognized, calm, composed, distant. I thought I'd feel triumphant. I didn't. It wasn't victory, it was balance restored. People think revenge burns hot. They're wrong. It cools you, hardens you, makes you precise. As I stood to leave, the manager nodded respectfully. "Good night, sir." I glanced once more at the empty doorway where she'd stood, trembling. Then I smiled, small, controlled. "I told her she could have freedom," I whispered, and I gave it to her, forever. Final line: the quietest victories are the ones they never see coming.